So I'm going to do a tutorial on how I do my eyebrows. To start, I'm going to be using a spoolie brush, an eyebrow brush. This is the Smith Cosmetics 203, and a pomade. This is the Lancome Sourcils Eye Gel in 04. I have a stain from mixing an eyeliner back there one time. So to start, we're going to take our spoolie and we're just going to kind of comb our brows out. I like to do sort of the back 2/3 in just this direction, and then the more frontwards parts a little bit more up. Okay, so this is what my eye pomade looks like. Every once in a while it'll get kind of dry, and I know a lot of people recommend kind of putting like eye drops or something in it, but I find that just kind of mixing it up, which is kind of what I've done on the sides. I mix it up and then I kind of like just go like that on the sides. So I'm going to take those kind of more wet parts where I have recently dipped it, and I'm going to dip my eyebrow brush in. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. My eyebrows are a little bit hairy right now, but that doesn't, it's okay. It's okay. And I'm going to start in the bottom part of my arch. So I just go through to the end, then whenever I feel like I've got a little bit less product, I start working towards the front. So I basically go a little bit further up, go back, a little bit further up, go back, a little bit further up, go back. And I'm trying to gradually get rid of product to create an ombre kind of effect. So now I've got a solid line on the bottom. I'm going to dip my brush back in to the pomade mixture. Mine's a gel, but I'm going to refer to it as pomade because I'm a fucking heathen. So now I'm going to go to the top of my arch. I'm just going to meet this end point back there, and then I'm going to start filling it in with the side of the brush instead of, I kind of just base it on how I'm feeling at that particular stroke. So I'm going to be like alternating back and forth. So I go like this, then every once in a while I'll go like this. It's kind of whatever feels right in the moment. Okay, so now that we've got that, I'm gonna dip it slightly back in. I don't want to get like a ton of product, and I'm gonna start kind of filling it in more forward. And I do like to brush up when I start getting up towards the front. And again, you really don't want a whole lot of product on your brush for that part. Then I go in and I kind of fill in the back parts, any part that feels kind of like not super full. Like I do overdraw a little bit here, and sometimes it like the skin will show through, so I like to take a little bit of extra pomade and overdraw on that part and kind of fill in the tail a little bit more and just kind of fill in any gaps I see. Then I like to take my spoolie brush and comb it all out and upward again just to blend everything together. So we got that large and in charge brow. Now for cleanup, I'm gonna go ahead and take a concealer brush. This is the Wet n Wild Small Concealer brush, and it's dirty as fuck, whatever. And I'm just gonna mix a little bit of my Kevin Auschwitz Sensual Skin Enhancer in SX07 and a little bit of my Tarte Shape Tape in Light Sand. I'm just gonna mix those two together. So I got those two mixed together, and I'm gonna go ahead and outline my eyebrow and kind of fix the parts where I've overdrawn too much, like right there. I overdrew a little bit too much for my liking. I usually try to avoid the top part if I can, but I overdrew a little bit too much, so I cannot avoid that today. But for future reference, if you guys can avoid the top part, totally do. So then I usually just blend it out with my finger. Sometimes I'll use a brush if I'm feeling fancy, but fingers do just as well. Just kind of blend. And after that, usually I've over concealed, like right there. I'll just go back in with my brush and kind of fill those gaps back in. Alright, and that is how I get my brows to be the way they are. If you guys have any questions, comments, recommendations, requests, just let me know down in the comments. I love hearing back, so if you guys have anything to add, just let me know. Thank you guys for watching.